Hello, this is a pomegranate, or rather half a pomegranate, as you can probably see. And what I generally do with these is I buy them with the full intentions of eating them. Eat half of it, put the other half in the fridge, and then that gets left there for a few weeks, and then I eventually throw that in the bin. And that's exactly what I've done this time. But this time I'm going to have a go at propagating this pomegranate. And apparently it is possible and relatively easy in the UK. And in about 30 to 40 days at room temperature in a normal house in the UK, this will produce pomegranate seedlings. And then you can grow them out in a hot summer or a glass house and get pomegranate fruits. Now this one is from Spain, and I have read that apparently they don't always come true to the original, but you will get some kind of fruit on it. So we'll see. This is actually a berry, and inside that pomegranate there is thousands of seeds. And what you've got to do is remove the seeds and then remove the fleshy fruit from the outside of the seed. And I wasn't sure how to do this, so I'm going to have a go with a sieve and a scourer and a hose pipe. I'm just going to put all the seed in there, break it up, let them all fall into the bottom, and then I'm going to run some cold water through it and scour it and see what comes out the other side. Hopefully the flesh will be removed and we'll be left with lots of little pomegranate seeds. So that's the first task. And it does feel like quite a shame, this, actually wasting all these seeds. Part of the reason I don't usually finish a pomegranate is because it's such a chore, actually, getting the fruit out of the skin. But I do love them nevertheless, and apparently they're extremely good for you. And I'm just massaging away here through this sieve with this scourer, and slowly but surely I can see the fluid and the juice coming out beneath. Give that a bit of a spray. I probably could do with that on a less forceful yeah, and I'm getting some bare seed there now, as you can probably see. Just continue a little bit further. I won't need all these seeds, but it's better to have more than I need than not enough. Right, let's go. So there we have it, a nice little bowl of cleansed pomegranate seed from inside the berry. Now these have got to be sown into open soil. What does open mean? Well, I think it means free draining. So I'm going to go 50-50 compost and horticultural grit, which I'm now mixing on this plastic tray. And I'm going to mix that together, and that will give us a nice open texture of soil. It will be nicely free draining, it won't hold too much moisture, and that will be the medium into which I will plant these freshly cleansed pomegranate seeds. Now this is going to be another one of my garden experiments, and actually what have I got to lose? That was going in the bin, and it's going to be a numbers game. How many seeds have I got there? Probably 500. I only need 2 or 3 plants, so if I plant that up fully, I'm going to have more than enough seedlings if this does work. And you can find out if it works, of course, because I'll put an update at the end of this video, but you must subscribe and hit the notifications bell. Right, let's get some soil into our seed tray. Now when you fill these seed trays, don't overfill them, because they've got to have a 1.5 centimetre covering on top of the seeds. So don't quite fill them up, leave enough space at the top so that we can cap them off with another extra covering of compost. So now let's continue with the job. The somewhat fiddly task now of getting 2 or 3 of these cleansed seeds into each of these little pods. I'll probably just put 2 in each, and then I'll cover them and water them in. So I've put enough seeds in each one of these pods to make sure I've got a good chance of getting lots of pomegranate seedlings. I'm just using my finger now just to break them up a little bit and separate them out, because if they all take, I'll need to be able to thin them out, won't I? So I'm just thinning them out before they start to germinate. I did put some water in that bowl because it was easier to get hold of them once they were floating in water. Right, they're on top of the soil. They now need covering in more soil, and as I said earlier, 1.5 centimetres on top apparently. So let's just gently sprinkle that on top of there until it's full. Done. So it has to be open. So whilst I am going to just gently press it down with my fingers to make sure that the seeds have got some contact with the damp soil around them, I'm not going to overly compact it. And the last thing I'm going to do is give it a bit of water just to start the process going. So that's that part of the task complete. That now will go indoors on a bright window ledge at room temperature, and I will wait. I'll keep it damp but not too wet, and hopefully in 30 to 40 days we'll have some seedlings. I'll keep you updated in the videos, and then we'll talk about how to deal with the seedlings. Now, next year I am going to be building a large plant house, inspired by my visits to Kew Gardens where I saw some black tree ferns. And this might be the perfect plant to grow in that large plant house, pomegranates. Subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and I'll see you soon for some more pomegranate adventures. Bye for now. Now, as part of this experiment, I'm going to chance my arm with this leftover compost and some of these spare seeds of just sowing a few more of these in these spare trays, and I'm going to see if these will take in an outdoor cold frame wrapped in bubble wrap. So again, if you want to see how it all turns out, subscribe and hit the notifications bell. See you soon.